So this is job one, day one with the SamurAI BOAB. So I've got it in the position it came in. So the only thing I did was shorten it on the back. And there's my 22 in it. I mean, I could have it up here, you know, I guess. I don't know. I gotta fix that. Just trying to get it shorter, maybe, possibly. So I'll do that, shorten it up a little bit, because if I don't, it's gonna flop around, and I don't want to. I'm just trying to. I want to give it a fair shake here, so I'm gonna shorten it up. You see, I've got the adjustment all the way up here in the back. And I've got this folded over to where there's just enough left to bite Velcro wise, so to get it up higher. I don't know if there's a way to eliminate that or not, but I'm not going to alter it. I'm going to leave it the way it was designed and intended to be used. So I'm giving the adjustment. I've got the maximum shortness adjustment on it right now. Stop, I think. So there, it's a little shorter. There's my 22 fat body channel and my my Unger 0 degree flat tools I always use. First things first, I don't like the way this hangs over, so I'd have to keep my channel like that. I don't like that. But there's that. Yo, what up? It's T Squeegee. A little commentary here over top of this. I got a SamurAI. I seen old Kevin got a gunslinger, and I was like, you know what, the right thing to do would be to buy a SamurAI. And see there how it fly. I don't really care for that, man. It's really active on the hip. But anyways, I saw he bought a gunslinger, or got loaned a gunslinger, whatever. And I figured the right thing to do would be buy a SamurAI and give it a fair shot, and do like 3-4 videos on it over the next month, and you know, show everybody what I think of it. All this is sped up. You've seen me clean windows before. You could see, and I didn't speed it up so it looks more of this or more of that. I just sped it up because this video would be like 40 minutes long if I didn't, so it's sped up. Everyone likes to talk to me here. This is a very active restaurant. That was the maintenance guy. There's a table of elderly folks off frame here. They're giving me shit the whole time. Things go in and out of it easily. A lot easier than normal plastic buckets on a belts, which is nice. It does keep the water, for the most part, off of your leg. If I was wearing blue jeans, my calf would be, the lower part of my leg would be wet, which isn't a big deal. I'm not, you know, like, oh my God, it gets your leg wet, it's the end of the world, this thing's a piece of junk. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it doesn't completely eliminate wet leg like the gunslinger does. And at least my gunslinger. I know there's some guys out there that got some gunslingers that were defective and, of course, eventually replaced. But, you know, um, and it's not, and this is the thing, it does get your leg, there is, my washer kind of wrapped around, smacked me in the, when I'm walking, it smacks me in the leg and the t-shirt, and it could be because I'm chubby. I don't know. You know what I mean? But the tools go in and out. I don't really think it doesn't really store as much as what I'm using now, which isn't a huge deal. Um, it's well made. I will say that it is a well made product. There was, you could tell there was a lot of thought put into it. Um, the only thing is, and you know, you'll see at the end of the video here, I do a little commentary on it. And of course you've seen a little commentary before this. Um, the strap, I like the strap. I like the adjustment. The only thing is I think maybe there should be like an alternate way to clip that on to the bucket system. You know, the strap to the bucket. If you want to eliminate that, if you don't want it hanging real low, say you're not a Jolly Green Giant. I'm 5'10", almost, well, I'm almost 5'11". So, it would be nice if there was some way to attach the lock to the bucket itself shorter. You know, I've seen videos of guys using bolts, and I've seen another video, the wiggle dance. The wiggle dance video with the zip ties. I refuse to do that to this. There's got to be a better way. But if there was a way to get that, instead of zip tying it, to get that attached to that, that would be awesome. Maybe like an extra little piece of Velcro to shorten that down, you know, to attach it to the bucket directly. That would be awesome. I think that would eliminate a lot of the flopping. It wouldn't be as floppy. And I'm just used to this. As you can see, it just goes all over. You know what I mean? And like I said, I'm not trying to be nitpicky or anything, but, you know, that is something that I don't like about it, you know, and to be objective, you know, that's something I do not like about it. I also don't like when I reach into it to grab my tools, they jab me in the forearm, you know what I mean? I get jabbed in the forearm quite a bit, and it could, like I said before, it could just be muscle memory, but it's not a bad product. It's a good product. It does keep your leg a lot drier than anything else I've ever used as far as plastic buckets go on your hip. So there's that. The openings are a lot bigger, so it's a lot easier for tools to come in and out of it, which is cool. That's another thing that's cool about it. It's made in America, and apparently those straps are made by veterans, so that's another cool thing. I'm trying to think of all the cool things here that I liked about it. The ease of, you see, I do a little fumbling here and there, but again, that's muscle memory. I think the more I use it, the less I'll be doing that, but I think it'll still be something that goes on. I'll still be fumbling, because that's just, it's just rigid, you know, and I'm used to the large gaping openings in a gunslinger to where you just drop it in. You just drop the stuff in there, you know. So there's a little bit of fumbling, but, you know, it is what it is. It does keep your pant leg dry for the most part. Like I said before, my calves would, my lower leg would be wet because the water does run down the front of it, and what doesn't hit the floor did hit my calf. So I like it. It's not bad. I'd be honest with you, if there was no such thing as a gunslinger, I'd probably have one of these, and I'd probably use it, and I'd probably mod it to make it so it wasn't sloppy on my hip. But I have a gunslinger, and it's just different. It catches the water, and I just prefer that right now. But I would recommend this to people that don't feel like $100 that is worthy on a tool caddy. This is not a bad product. But $50 is still quite a bit too. So if you're not willing to spend $99 on a gunslinger, $50 on a plastic BOAB, it might be a little bit much too. Especially considering it's still, the form and function is still really rigid. I'm going to, as we move on, I'm going to try the next insert and try that for a couple of days and see how I like that. And then I'm going to go without the inserts at all and see how it performs without any inserts in it, and see what the capacity is, see how the ease of tools in and out of it. I just don't, the V shape, the way it holds the tools in a V-like manner, I'm not a fan of. I just tend to bang my forearms trying to reach for my washer. I don't like that. I don't like how it's flopping around on my hip right there. I'm not a fan of that, because when I'm walking, like I said, it just, I dropped my scraper a couple times. I think you'll see it here. It won't hold my Triumph scraper, which is, I put it there, trying to, just show that I could get my scraper in it, and just, try to show that, hey, it'll hold this, but it fell out a couple times. It's just not meant to have that kind of scraper in there. Maybe a 1-inch spot scraper would be okay. But if you like a scraper on your pole, you might have to get a scraper holder. So, again, nothing bad. So far it's decent. I'm not for the price. I should have got it somewhere else, to be honest with you, and saved myself $8, but it is what it is. It's, again, the shipping was great though, so I'll give them that. And I don't know if that was just because it is me and they knew I was going to say something about it. They decided to Federal Express ship it quicker, so I would get it fast and not shit on them. But I'm not shitting on them. I'm just saying it was $8 more than everywhere else. So I could have gotten it $8 cheaper at 101. So, whatever. But I figured the right way to do this would be buy it from WCR, since James and Kevin love those guys now, and buy Jared's product, because main thing is I'm putting a little money in Jared's pocket, and that's what I wanted to do. And I was just kind of waiting to see when one of those guys was going to buy a gunslinger, and they did. So I went out and bought a Samurai. That's what I told them I'd do, and I was like, you buy a fucking gunslinger and use it, I'll go buy a Samurai and use it. And that's what I did. I'm a man of my word. As soon as I saw that video, while watching it, I ordered it. So, and I ordered it from WCR. But it's not a bad product. Look for more from me on it. I'll try to get that right there to stop happening, the whole flopping around thing, and try to get it to where it doesn't get my pant leg wet. And I'm going to stuff a garden hose in it and see if my leg really doesn't get wet. I've seen that video. So look for more over the coming months. I'm going to KC Mo, so you guys stay tuned. This is T Squeegee. I'm out. Peace. All right, so that was the first use. I got a little spot, and that's just from my washer coming around it, and banging me. You know what I mean? A little bit of water there, but for the most part, the water doesn't go on your leg; it goes on the floor. That's the honest truth. That's not, I'm not making things up, just to make it look bad or nothing like that. The water doesn't hit your leg when you're doing the transitions, but it will go on the floor if you're not careful. So that is maybe the only thing so far I see that I don't like, other than it's kind of active on your hip. It moves around quite a bit, and I'm not happy because every time I go to reach for my washer, I keep, you know what I mean? And that's just muscle memory. So I mean, maybe over time I would get used to reaching around like this instead of reaching straight down like I normally do with most tools. It's not bad. It's not bad for, I know I'm used to using something else, and the gunslinger kind of envelops the tools, and this kind of just keeps them away from your body, but at kind of a detriment, I feel. But other than that, I mean, it doesn't get your leg very wet. Like I said, just a little, damp spot on my shirt and my pants, no big deal. My leg's not sopping wet like normal plastic buckets. It is a little active and bounces around a little bit on your leg, well, quite a bit.
And that could be, you could, I mean, I'm thinking if you adjust it, you know, I've seen some, I'm not going to put zip ties on it, and I'm not going to run bolts through it to shorten the clip. I'm using it the way it was intended, the way it was sent in the box, and the strap was designed to be used. And maybe someone could put in the comments to show me how you can shorten it the shortest adjustment possible. I don't know, with the strap that came with it, but you know, so far not too bad. It is so far the best plastic bucket I've used, you know, so I will admit that. I don't know, we'll keep using it, and you know, we'll you know, over the next month or so, maybe better. I'll probably use it a little bit longer than that. I'll use it, you know, at least once or twice a day on my morning stuff, just to make sure. But you know, as far as using it in a house, I'm not comfortable using it. I'm so used to the gunslinger now, not getting water on the floor. I'm just, you know, and the capacity, that's another thing. I can only really carry my tools, what I use. I can only carry two channels, and maybe stuff my Triumph scraper in there, but every time I did, it fell out, so I had to keep it in my back pocket, which, you know, it's not the SamurAI's fault. It maybe is not designed to hold the Triumph scraper, so maybe you just get a scraper holder, in all fairness. So, but we'll see you again here after a while. Take it easy. Sorry, I forgot something. Something I do like a lot is I miss this. I miss this right here. So I really like that. I like the fact that I can keep that loop on my regular belt, which I like to wear a belt in the wintertime, and I don't like having to strap a utility belt on with all my thick clothes on, so it's nice to have that belt loop thing. So that's really nice. I do like that. I'm a Pull-X detachable bucket guy, so, you know, that right there kind of calls to me. I really like that, but, you know, I just wanted to make sure, because I forgot to mention that. So, peace. So I'm gonna do a little bit of a side-by-side comparison here. I'm done for the day. I'm getting ready to go to KC Mo, so my day was short. Just a little side-by-side. I've got two different gunslingers here. One with a front and one without. And here's my SamurAI. So let's talk width here. So right there, you can see, you know, the footprints like almost exactly the same. So here we'll go back to back on them like this, you know what I mean? As far as width, you know, the SamurAI is actually a little bit wider, to be honest, but you know, that doesn't matter. And then see, as you see here, the SamurAI is definitely shorter, you know what I mean? But once it's got it's locked up, it's the same length locked up with your coupling, unless you remove this and add zip ties and just zip tie this to, you know, this. But here's like a typical, you know, setup for me. Two channels, two Unger channel, one 22-inch, one 18-inch. My 18-inch washer, brass squeegee for doors or sills, you know, whatever, and then my scraper, you know what I mean? Or, you know, replace that, sorry, with this. You know, this is typically what I run, you know what I mean? So, you know, not very big, not very wide setup there, you know what I'm saying? So I'll transfer everything over to the SamurAI now. So my 18, there you go, my 18 inch washer, my 18-inch flat squeegee, my 0 degree, and then my 22-inch. Now you can kind of see the footprint. You know, people like to bring up how big the gunslinger is in comparison to other BOABs, but you know, this right here with the angles, you can see in my video, I kind of bounce off of this quite a bit, you know what I mean, when I'm grabbing to go for this, which it would probably be like this if I was using it, you know. So the overall, it's there, you know, it's actually more of this way with the gunslinger, you know what I'm saying? And right now, that's about, to me, that's capacity for this. You could probably get something like this back here, You know what I mean? I don't know if I haven't tried this yet. It's a little bit too high, but like I don't use one, but you could probably get a spot scraper right back in there. I mean, this is the insert I like the best. The other one's more kind of like maybe for wagtail or whatever, I don't know, but I'll use that. Then I'll use the other insert next time. But this is just for right now, you know. This isn't a final video. This is just my first impression, first day using it, and I just wanted to kind of get something up for prosperity here, being that I've had it, and everyone knows I have one, and I didn't want to put up a video saying I got one of these. Just wait and see. My first video on it is gonna be an actual video of it in use the first day. I got it from WCR. It was $8 more than everywhere else, but they express shipped it to me. I got it. I ordered it Sunday and I got it yesterday, which would be Wednesday. So not bad shipping, not bad turnaround. I even got a nice little note from Chris. But you know, so far so good. It's a decent product. If you don't want to spend $99 on a gunslinger like this one right here, you can go out and you know, get one of these. I mean, it's not bad so far. I like it more than my Pulex bucket, so there's that. I mean, that's one good thing. But I'm gonna keep after it, and you know, you guys follow along, and over the next month or so, and we'll see how it stands up. I may or may not mod it. I want to use it without modding it, but it's really sloppy on my hip, and I would like it not to be sloppy on my hip. So I may do a modification to it. It's definitely not going to be zip ties, but we'll figure it out. My one suggestion would be maybe make something with Velcro on this, so you can shorten this to there, and then it wouldn't flop so much. That would be my only suggestion thus far. You've got Velcro on the other side, the belt loop part. If there was something, maybe that grade of Velcro on this, or some kind of attachment to shorten this down to this, it would stop flopping all over the place, you know. Or better yet, some way to just attach this straight directly to it, or include it in the injection mold process. You know what I mean? Remove this and just make this all one thing. I do appreciate this, by the way. That's cool. You know, it's made, the strap's made in the USA. Nice touch. And so is the BOAB, made in the USA. So that's cool. But other than that, that'll be it for now. And you guys will watch us on the road to Kansas City, Missouri. So I hope you guys have fun out there, and if you don't come, you'll get to be a part of it with us, because I'll be shooting just about everything. So you guys take her easy. Peace.